The intro is very simple. We're going to start with the G. It doesn't matter if you're playing this version of a G or this version of a G. This version of a G gives you an extra option, and so let me run you through that. This one, it starts with acoustic guitar, and it's just strumming in 6/8. So now when you get to that G sus, we haven't talked about suspensions much in this course. There are two different ways to play a G sus. Now you'll recognize that we're capo 3 here. Again, much like the Phil Wickham songs, this one's really high for a congregation in B flat. If you lower it to G, then it's a lot easier, but we're just going to use the capo for now. So if you're playing it like this and you want to play a suspension, you pretty much only have one option, and that is to take your pointer finger right here and slide it up right there to the right under your other finger. Now it's a little bit cramped doing that, but it still works, okay? That's actually my preferred way to play a G sus because I like the low resonant strings. Now the other way to do it is to play it like this. Pinky finger on the 3rd fret, reach across with finger number 3, and then your pointer finger is available to land on the 1st fret of the 2nd string there, the B string. Now that's the more obvious sus chord, okay? So the intro could sound like this. It could sound like... Christ is my firm foundation. Okay, that's how that chord transition and timing all works out. The other way is like this, and this is my preferred way to do it. Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Okay, now, in the original chord chart, if you get onto CCLI, Song Select, whatever, you might see that the E minor here and the D, they're going to be an E minor 7, which basically means that they're just leaving these fingers here, or even just that one there is technically an E minor 7. You can do that, or you can just play a normal E minor. And then for the D, it's just adding that D sus, okay, or it might be a D with a parentheses 4 in there. It just means it's a 3/4 suspension, which is just put your pinky down right there. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to play that. Okay, firm very first line, firm foundation, the rock on which I stand, and everything around me shaking. Okay. All right, so that's pretty close to how it is in the recording. The D is like this, and the E minor is like this. If you're playing by yourself in acoustic, you can kind of do whatever you want. And so sometimes I like to play the E minor like that because it sounds more minor. Once you add the 7, I feel like it removes a little bit of the darkness of a minor chord. So I like doing a traditional E minor sometimes. And then sometimes I like taking this C over G shape like this, and sliding up 2 frets and playing my D like that. Okay? So this is a D. It's a C chord slid up 2 frets. The whole shape is slid up 2 frets. And so you might see me, if I'm playing this, I'll go firm foundation, the rock on which I stand, when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad that I put my faith in Jesus. Okay, so what's going on there? All right. So one of the reasons that I like doing this shape is to remind me that I'm going to need this shape for a C. Sometimes you can play this one right here. And it works. You can walk down the bass with it like that if you'd like. But I much prefer this shape, which is pointer finger 1, 1st fret of the B string, skip a string to the D string, fret number 2 for finger number 2, fret number 3 for finger number 3, on the A string. Okay, or if you're going to do a C over G, which is your choice, you move that ring finger all the way up to the E string and put your pinky on it like that. That's a very full sounding C chord. Okay, but when we kind of have to look ahead a little bit, because you've got the third line of the verse says, "I put my faith in Jesus, 'cause He's never let me down." So you've got a C. And then you've got what's called a G over B, okay? And the way that you play that is just like a G chord, but without playing the bottom note. You're going to start with the B, which is that pointer finger, 2nd fret there. Now, the other way that you can do this is if you're right here, you can move your middle finger up to the B right here, and then put your pinky on the 3rd fret here. And then I kind of mute this bottom string with my thumb by barely touching it. Okay, and that helps it ring out. Okay, I put my faith in Jesus. And then your middle finger is already there for the E minor. He has never let me down, or like that. Faithful through, do it again. Generations, so why would He fail now? He won't. G, Jesus, no, He won't. Verse 2, I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense. So I won't be. Whoa, what is going on here? That just looks like a whole bunch of letters there. Okay, so we've got C, G over B, A minor, and then back to G. Okay, the way that this works is you're really walking down the bass, okay? And so rather than thinking about strumming every single note of every one of those chords, just focus on that bass note. C, B, A, G, okay? So that's C, B, open string 2nd, A, G, okay? So that's the nice thing about doing the C like this, is that you can go, that's that finger right there, and then this slides down 1 fret to go to that A minor, and then G. So I won't be going under. And here's the thing, if you strum all the strings on every single one of those chords, listen and see what you like better. Okay, I'm going to start at the beginning of this verse. I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense. So I won't be going under. Okay, so that G, bom, bom, kind of hit it twice at the end. I don't like that as much. I think it's too busy. This is what I prefer. I like just pointing out those bass notes. I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense. So I won't be going under. I'm not held by my own strength, 'cause I built my life on Jesus. Okay, what is this C over E thing? All right, this version of a C right here is technically a C over E, because if you let this bottom E string ring out, then that's a C over E, and you kind of hear it in the bass. Okay, so strum it nice and full, let that low E ring out, G over B. And then we've got another walking of the bass in this next section.